Like drink for you to drink.
Just a cup of water. Hello. How is everybody? Woo. You're fine, thank you. Good. Let's see. Look, I got my how to go out and go in all fixed up, I think. Now if I can just figure out which side of the camera I want to sit on. Hi everybody. I recognize some of you not quite. My good side? Which is my good side? This side? Or this side? This side? Or this side? Well, tonight is kind of a dry run for us. We are, my name is Leslie Raye, and this is Leslie Raye's Crafty Gig. And I am going to do all kinds of different things. I may, crochet one night. I may do cards. I may do jewelry making. I may just do whatever. I will always craft for you and show you some fun stuff. I get 90% of my scrapbooking products from my mother's store. She's Mommy PSH in the room, and she and Amanda will be helping me with moderating if I miss a question or something happens and you lose me or whatever. I have that set up where I can see them separate from everybody else. And can't think of anything else right now. Next week, I'll tell you what we're going to do. Next week, I'm going to work on a project that I had started, sort of, during the Come to Crop. And because we ran long anyway without me doing an extra project, I did not do that one. So I'm going to do that on my next show, which will be the 24th, and we can chat it all up. I kind of wanted this show to be about my friends, and yes, I have more friends than 6, but that's who are here right now. But I wanted this to kind of be about you guys, and I wanted you to be here to support me, because last time when I did a dry run, it was full of fail. We had lots of issues with the camera and the volume and all that going on, and so I know you guys will understand, and this time I think we've got it. I upgraded my system so that we can move a lot faster, and there doesn't seem to be any long lag between me and you. Oh, thanks, Bev. I love you too. So, yeah, what a difference, right, Fab? So I think this will be good. Last time I did do a demo, and Mom and Amanda got to watch part of it, and then when I was done with my demo, I stopped my broadcast, and then they didn't get to see the rest of it, so it was kind of funny. So I think this will be a whole bunch better, and I hope you enjoy. Today what I want to work on is using some new stuff that I have got. I went to the convention this last weekend and got a few new things, but more importantly, I picked up some stuff while I was at my mom's, and I want to use that. And some of the stuff I want to use is while I was running around in her store going wild and touching everything, I saw some things that she still has on the shelf that I have and I love. So I wanted to share those with you as well. Maybe inspire you to want to get some of your own. So let's hope. You're getting ads in? Okay. Are you talking about the little baby ads that pop up at the bottom? Or I guess Sin has gone full screen and she can no longer chat. Yeah, okay. There's something above me that keeps rolling. What keeps rolling above me? Yes, as a matter of fact, I am recording, Bev. Oh, weird. Okay. Well, if you bear with the ads, I appreciate it. So I have people in my life who are going away this weekend. They're going to camp, and I need to make some cards, and I need to get them in the mail tomorrow. So I wanted to make some camp cards for my husband and my son. So that's what we're going to work with. One of the stamps I want to work with is one that I've had for a while. It's an Impression Obsession stamp. It's really cool. It's a campfire with some like little marshmallows and stuff in them. Yes, very cool stamp. I love this stamp. I got this a year or so ago. Love it. And then I want to work with a product called Grunge Board. And this is the Grunge Board. Let's see if I can back it up a little for you. Maybe not. This Grunge Board is from the Ideology line. Okay. And these are letters. And you get a whole sheet of letters, and the back shows you. You get the whole alphabet. And they're really, really cool. And I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 letters per page. And they come like this. And this particular one has the swirl pattern on it. And as you see, they're real easy to punch out. Like that. And they're very, very cool. There's some buckles on it, like down here. And each page has the same font. So you have 9 of the same font. So there's this really tall, cool looking A right here. Back up a little bit so you can see him. Lots of fun. And I'm going to use the font that goes, whoops, upside down, with this one right here. I'm not going to use the A. I'm just looking at the A. But I'm going to use the letters. These letters. Anybody guess what these letters stand for? Grammy should know what those letters stand for. Well, it stands for Camp Billy Gibbons, which is where my son is going to camp. So I'm going to use that with this lovely stamp with the fire. And then the other one, I'm going to use the stamp of the month for House Mouse, which is this darling little stamp. Isn't he precious? And he comes with My Wish for You. Yes, I love the Houseies Mousies. And normally you would think My Wish for You would be a birthday card, but I'm going to make a card that says My Wish for You, and I'm going to have like little punch outs to say that you have lots of fun, that you reach your merit badge goal, just lots of little things we're going to punch out and stick on there. So let's get started. And what I want to start with is some white cardstock. And I'm going to move down here so you can say the maker of the fire stamp is Impression Obsession ink. Let's see. They go for a week. He's in Big Boy Scout camp. So they will be gone a whole week. It's just me and the girl child. And the Emma. That's right. Well, Emma's a girl too. Emma's my boss's dog. There you go. The fire is Impression Obsession ink. Okay? If my computer starts typing weird things, I'm sorry. I put my chalks over there. We'll try not to make that be a problem. Alright, I'm using just plain white cardstock. This is white cardstock that I get at Staples. You had forgotten what, Mama? To get your cards ready to send? Oh, the stamp maker. Yeah. Okay. When I cut a piece of cardstock for my stamp, usually what I do is I stick it on my cutter, like I'm doing right now. And this is a little less than, or a little more than 4.5 inches. So I'm going to cut it that way. And that'll go there. And then it's exactly 4.5 inches the other direction. So actually 3.5, I'm sorry. A little more than 3.5 and exactly 3.5. And when I'm stamping, I like to stamp on a piece of cork or on a mouse pad so that I get a good surface to push down on. I've got to open my new archival ink. This is the ink, I never can remember the name of it, that I like to use, Fab, when I'm doing something that I'm going to color. It's the archival ink. And it's jet black. Rangers puts it out. Mr. Holtz also likes this ink too. Just in case you wondered, Fab. Because I knew you were wondering, right? And I just, when I ink my big pads, or my big stamps like this, ones that are bigger than the pad, I do it like this. I'm just stamping him on here on a big piece of paper just to kind of make sure it's going to stamp. Oh, it stamps gorgeous. Look how pretty. Isn't that great? Love that. Okay, so yeah, go ahead. Do I have links enabled? I'm sorry, guys. Let me check. Allow links. Okay, so I know it's going to stamp. Wonderful. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp her on there. Kind of went off the side. Let me do that again. Or better yet, I could just cut this one off. It stamped so well. No, I'll do it again. Hi, Miss Sigrid. Thank you for joining me, Sigrid, during your busy schedule. When we were at convention, guys, they had one of these archival pads. I kid you not, it was probably as big as a half a sheet of paper. It was humongous. Okay, much better. Alright. Now, there's any number of things I can use to color this. I choose to color it today with my chalks. I always forget I have chalks, and so I want to spend some time with my chalks today. And I like chalks. Now, when you get a chalk pad, sorry, I'm jacking with the camera. I'll quit. That wasn't working. Alright, when you get your chalks, normally they'll come like this in your little chalk pad. And this one, if you travel much or you take them in your crop, they pop up and down. Listen. Okay? So, in order to keep from doing that, and I know Mommy used to stick them in hers when she bought them and sold them, this little pad that's in here, this is like a shelf liner thing. And as you can see, it's been in here forever. These are my chalks that I've had forever. But I was running low on a couple of colors, so I got some new ones. But this little pad saves these immensely from getting all broken, or else they all would look like this brown one here or this brown one here. You know, they when they move around, they'll get really, really bad. Move over. What if I go out a little? Is that better? What can't you see, Mommy? Oh, the cover. I'll show the cover again, sorry. The cover. The liner. And so this protects them. And I really wish I'd have thought about it before I left the house from swiping some new chalks to get another liner. But she puts these in before she ships them to you. And it protects them. Otherwise, they'll all be squished and broken. So, but it's really cool. If you have your own chalks at home and you don't have one of these in it, like I said, it's one of those little liners like you would line your shelf with. No, it's not like bubble wrap. It's more like the kind of, it's flat. It's not like bubble wrap at all. Let me see if it'll pop up. It's like the stuff you would use to line a shelf liner. So, alright. Now, you can color with your chalks with any number of tools. They have in them like little makeup applicators. These come in the chalks. You get 2 sizes. And you could buy a whole lot of them if you wanted to, but you don't have to. You can use pom-poms with a little clippy to color with, which I use a lot of times. But today I wanted to use some of these fluffy, these are my crafting earbuds, as some of my friends call them, also known as Q-tips. And I want to color with the Q-tips. And this image colors really nice with chalk. So, and what I'm going to do is, like for the fire, for the logs, I'm just going to just rub in a circular motion. Now, if I get the chalk somewhere that I don't like it, I can use just a simple little eraser and erase it. It could be a pencil eraser. It could be like a white, one of those white Staedtler pen erasers, and just rub it off, and it's wonderful. And this technique, I've had other chalks. This technique works with all of them. When I teach classes, usually I'll bring Q-tips because I don't have enough little clippy things to hold a whole bunch of them. Now, for my sticks that stick up here, I'm just going to kind of fluff at it like this, and then I'm going to come back with my eraser and clean those edges. And I really like chalks. I like chalks for using with this kind of this kind of a picture, and then I also like chalks for using with our little mouses because they have a lot of shading in the stamp, and the chalks are really good at enhancing that. Does anyone else keep losing me? You haven't lost me? Okay, good. What are you using? Hi, Crafting Tea. Who's Crafting Tea? A computer. Vince, you're using Google Chrome, really? I don't know why you would be losing me with Google Chrome. Oh, hi, Cheryl. Occasionally when you see the stuff blow away, it's me using my mouth and blowing. You might hear me go. I don't know if you can hear that or not. I'm adding some red because I want that to kind of be an undertone. Let's see. Wrong way. Sorry. Oops. There we go. And then I'm going to come back in with a little orange. And you notice I'm not really paying that close of attention to the outlines because I can come back here while these are still good and soft and just erase if I want to. So that's what I like about chalks. Chalks are fun that way. And add some yellow because that's what I want my fire to have. And I think for some of the swirls going on around it, I want kind of a real light kind of gray. So I'm going to add a little white with a little gray. And I'm kind of flicking at it because I want some of the powder to come off. And I just want to ever so lightly put that there. Okay. So you can kind of, you might not hardly see that gray. I mean, it's that light. All right. So now that I've got it colored, kind of like what I want, I'm going to kind of decorate the edge. I want to use my River Rock from Stampin' Up. And, haha, you can't see that because I'm so close. I'm sorry, guys. Let me pull this back out. There you go. So I'm going to use my River Rock and kind of go around the edges. And I like for this card, I want kind of roughed up edges. Sometimes I won't go where you can see the ink appear on the edge, but I want that. That's the kind of edge I want. So I've got that going on. And next what I want to do is add a little bit of sparkle in some places. So I'm going to use my Quickie Gel glue pen. And some ultra fine Prismaglitter type stuff. I think this is probably close to my heart product. And I want some glitter around the stars because the stars need to glitter. Maybe some in the smoke. I'm not sure. We'll start with the stars. We'll go from there. The neat thing about the Quickie pen is that you can really pinpoint, sorry for the pun, but you can really pinpoint where you want your glue. So, like I want it here. I want it here off screen where nobody can see it. I want it here. And it's just like a pen. Okay? I'll get just a little smidge closer so you can kind of see that it's got a little bit of blue cast on it where I've added, and you can see the kind of liquid on the stars. Now I'm going to add my glitter to that so you can kind of see what we're talking about. So, wait a minute, wrong side. Sorry guys. There we go. We got little sparkly stars. Yay! So I want to do that with the rest of my little stars. So that's where I'm going here. So does anybody have any questions? I love glitter too, Bev. If you stay with me for my shows, you will see that I love glitter a lot. I use a lot of glitter in my stuff because it's a lot of fun. Okay. I'll pour that back. This glitter is super, super fine. And there's still glitter on my little paper. I'm sure you can see it in the background here. But I love how that turned out. With the little sparkly stars. So do y'all think we need sparkle on the swirls or leave the swirls? Any thoughts? No thoughts on sparkle on the swirls? Leave? Okay. Leave swirls. Alright. So I want to put this on some fun paper. I have some cool looking orange here. I think would be fun underneath. When I think of Camp Billy Gibbons, I think of orange. And I think of oranges and browns. Maybe it's because of all the rocks that my son reports are there. Because see, I've never seen Camp Billy Gibbons in real life. I'm not allowed to go to Camp Billy Gibbons. It's a boy thing, I guess. Which I guess he needs to have his own boy things with his dad. But, you know. One day, a mom can wish, right? And all the dirt that he brings home, yes, I agree with that. And, of course, I have to use some craft because I love craft. And I really keep touching this green, but I think I kind of think I like that. What do you think, guys? You like the sparkle of that paper under there? Kind of a double matte going on. Me too. I like that. Okay. So, I'm going to use my handy dandy tonic cutter, which after some debate we determined was the 8.5-inch one. Let's see. I'm needing to cut. You notice my scientific method of cutting here. I need to cut for a 3.5 by not quite 3 3/4 mat. So I'm going to cut a not quite 4-inch. I want this to be a little mat, like a little skinny mat, just a hint around the edge, like that. And then the other mat, I'm going to do bigger. No, this is not what can we do with this. You're so funny. I know what I can do with this. I can make mats out of it. I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to trim off this edge because that edge looked a little rough to me. And so this, oops, you see me almost cut that off? Okay. This mat will be a little bit bigger. Okay. So that's what we're going for. And then my card base is going to be the craft because it's so pretty. And for that, that's just a feel thing for me. You notice I just kind of lined it up right here. This actually stops counting at 4 3/4. And so this is 5. This is about 5.5, or about 5 1/4. And so if my paper is lined all the way right here, I know it's about 5.5. So and when I'm making lots of cards, like if I'm using, making cards for Operation Right Home, let me back up so you can see this tool. These come in a couple of sizes. I like this little one, especially for card making. It's called a Score It. It's got a middle bar here in the middle, and these are foam little pads here on the sides. And it goes up to 4.5 inches across. This is the small one. There's a bigger one that is, I believe, 12 inches across. Anyway, and then it comes with this tool. And you can see it has a little V in it. And the V lines up with the channel, and it keeps you making straight lines. And why I like this is because if I'm doing boxes and stuff, the little one's not real good for doing boxes, but it's great for doing cards. Okay, so it makes this nice folding line in there, and this stays attached to the chain, so you don't lose it because you have the chain. But I like this one for making cards. There's another one that the bigger one is great for using for making boxes. And so I just use the bone folder to make my fold extra crisp. But yeah, it makes a real nice seam. So here's my card base. And haha, almost made that too big. I think I'm going to trim that down just a smidge. This is Yes, Leslie Ray Can Cut Cardstock. And while I'm here, I want to go back around this piece with the same river rock to kind of pull those together. And I'm going to go around the front of the card, not both sides of the card. Okay. So, use my handy dandy tape runner. And need to cut just a smidge more off of that. Apparently my eyeballing did not eyeball enough. Okay. So here we go. Pop this on here crookedly because we like it that way. Now, there we go. Alright, I like that. I want to add some fasteners to it. You see me, I'm gritting my teeth trying to open this for you. Okay, here we go. I have these cute little fasteners. I think I want to use this size. These are little Tim Holtz fasteners. And I'm not going to put it on my card because I want to be able to write on the inside of the card, but I'm going to poke holes here in the corners. Just need a little hole. Anybody have any questions? Are y'all hanging in there? What is the name of the tool? The tool is called a Japanese screw punch, Bev. And it is, it's a cool little thing. Here, I'll show you in just a second. The reason I'm putting my things on like this is because I don't want them to show on the inside of my card. I'm going to write a note to my son on the inside of the card, and I want these to just be there. Okay? And so I pushed them on the back to make them flat, and put a little more tape runner here. And now I'm going to stick this, and I want to stick this over to the side because I'm going to add some stuff to my letters here. And I'm going to do CBG down the edge here. So we're going to do that. What this is a Japanese screw punch. And the way it works is it screws when it pushes, okay, and it cuts a hole. It's used primarily, what it was used for was leather work and book binding, and it can exchange. And I'm using the littlest hole to punch with. Well, this is probably not the littlest hole, but this is the littlest hole I know that we have in the store. There's even smaller ones and bigger ones. This is probably, I don't even know what size this is. Mom, do you know what size this is? I mean, it's a bitsy. But anyway, it's simple. You have different ones, different sizes. You stick it in here. You screw this back on, and you can cut holes. What this is great at is cutting holes in chipboard, Let's see. Well, I don't want to cut a hole in that piece of chipboard. Let me get a coaster for you, and I'll show you. I thought I had coasters sitting right here. I do. Here's one. I don't want to cut on that one, though. Here's another one. Okay. Let's look at this coaster here. What you can do is you just poke into it. And I did it once. And I have a hole. And it's a pretty good size coaster. So, if you, see if it'll do its thing and focus. You can see it's pretty thick. And it makes a really quick hole really fast. When they're doing bookbinding and stuff, you have like large sets of paper and you can just zip through there and make holes to do your stitching and all that kind of neat stuff. It's really great for that. Also, the same with leatherworking. You can just pop along a whole bunch of holes. You're ready to stitch. Love that. Okay. Now, our CBG letters. Is everybody familiar with grunge board? Patty, the one I was using is called it's a score board, and Mama carries those in the store. Hey, Will you hand me the the orange up there?
Oh.
There's an orange ink pad right up there. I grabbed red. I thought I grabbed orange. I want orange. Well, red might be fun too.
Orange food kit motion. The Dusty Durango.
Yes. Thank you, Will. Okay. Oh, I haven't even used this pad. Cool. Everybody needs a Dusty Durango. Grunge board smells weird. I love the smell of grunge board. Patty, Mommy's store is cutandpastememories.com. It's an online store. I'm not weird. Okay. What I have done is just open my ink pads, and I've got my letters laid out how I want them to. You can do tons of ways to color grunge board. This is probably one of my most fun ways, especially with the pattern ones. It's nice and messy. If you don't like to get messy, don't look. I don't believe I've crafted until I've gotten messy. Okay. So here's our CB&G. I'll pull it in so you can see what it's doing for the texture. The texture on the grunge board. Isn't that cool? I love the texture. And now my ink pad, because I did it on my glittery thing, has held a little bit of glitter to it. And then if I want to, with my Q-tip, I can go back and highlight a little bit of red and some spaces. Kind of going around the corners. And let's try something for giggles and fun here. totally don't know if this will work because it was sitting here for something else, but I want to try it. This is Perfect Pearls. And while this is, ooh, yeah, look at that. Add a little bit of Perfect Pearls on there. It's sparkly. Love it. Okay. Perfect Pearls. This is, I think, Rust. That's the one I picked up. But I'm putting it in the lid, kind of like I do for my makeup. Because a little dab will do ya. Oh yeah. I like it. Hi, Pam. Okay, let's see, where am I? There we go. CBG. Isn't that cool looking? Love that. Okay. This is Perfect Pearls, and I just dapped it on there dry. Perfect Pearls, the reason that works is because Perfect Pearls has a bonding agent in it. So all I have to do is wipe it on wet and it'll stay. Actually, it looks like I got bronze, not rust. So since the ink was a little bit wet, the Perfect Pearls stuck right to it, and it's gonna stay. Yay, yay, yay. It's my little happy dance. Y'all didn't see my happy dance off camera, but it's my happy dance. So the easiest thing, in my opinion, to put these on with is going to be my mini glue dots, my mini Zots. They're itsy bitsy bitsy, and I'm just testing out here where I want to put these before I get too carried away. That's kind of funny. Or do I want to, will they fit that way? No, they won't fit that way. Let's see. Okay. I think I like it like that. Let me show you how tiny these are. You see how little the glues are? Aren't they cute? So I'm going to start with the one on the bottom since it's way on the bottom. And because I'm kind of a crazy glue dotter, I have to make sure I get it behind what I'm working on. Need one more glue dot over here. And put that one there. And put my B on. And then the C. Okay, so we have Camp Billy Gibbons. Let me get rid of this. Move these over for you. Am I teasing you, getting the Camp Billy Gibbons over? Yes, Mommy. I'm sorry, what? One of our personal helpers. Ah, CBG, Camp Billy Gibbons. I'm sorry. Thanks for yelling. Yes, Camp Billy Gibbons. So, how do you like the card, guys? Good. Because I used brads on this, and I have a little bit of dimension with these, when I send this through the mail, I'm going to put a white piece of cardstock over it so it'll help protect it through the mail. You want to clap? Somebody show her how to clap. Aww. Try bracket, clap, bracket. See if that works. Amanda, Bill says you put your hands together like this. No, bracket, not that. Okay, is it parentheses, Patty? Thank you. Yay! Good job, Bev. Yay! Good job, Amanda. Okay. So, I hope you like this card. Let's move on. Do another one. This is kind of manly. He lets me use a little glitter, a little glitz, not too much. So, let me move a few things out of my space, and y'all talk amongst yourselves. Does everybody know where everybody's from? Is everybody being nice? You're from here? I'm from here too, Mommy. Really, Patty? You're from Honduras? Cool. That's true. I may be from there, but I could be from here. Okay, we need some red. All of the cardstock that I'm using is Basil Basics cardstock, except for my actual white cardstock, and it is just plain old cheapo cardstock. I don't want y'all to think all I use is craft. I mean, I do, but I don't want y'all to think that. So, I really love craft. Not basil. Like razzle dazzle basil. Okay, I'm going to start again. Yes, basil is yummy. Basil, not so much. It's yummy to look at. It's just not yummy to eat. Ah, I did not know that, Fab. Basil and basil are the same in the UK. Okay, measuring again with my eyes. Sometimes the eyes, they work, sometimes they don't. And sometimes the brain, it works, sometimes it don't. Okay, here we go. Sorry, guys. Today, I was at work for 10 hours. It was a long day, to say the least. But what kept me going is knowing that I would come home and I would get to craft and make some fun cards with y'all. So, that made me happy. And that kept me excited about the day. Haha, and somebody can't, once again, cut cardstock. But anyway, that's not of the moment. Shuku? Is that where you chuck it all in a pan? Yep, okay. I'm learning to speak UK, in case y'all are wondering. Okay, again, I am inking up my little mousey. Let's see if he'll fit this way. And I'm going to stamp him up here. And I stamped him up close to the top for two reasons. One, it started out with I didn't quite have my cardstock cut correctly. And, you know, I don't like the way that looks. Let me turn them over. Do it again. But after I started looking at it, what I thought would be cool is to go ahead and put my sentiment down below it. So I'm going to leave it like that. I like that. But I want all of him on there, and his little tail was not all on there. Zoom out? Yes, ma'am. Let me zoom out for mommy. Okay. Now, I told you I wanted to do this image with chalks also. If you notice the image itself, it has lots of shading already in the stamp. Lots of texture already in the stamp. The other one was just lines. I'll grab it for point of reference. The other one was just lines, okay? And it doesn't really look like shading. It's just a bunch of lines, okay? This one has lots of shading, and like, look down here on the strawberry. Down here, you can see that, you know, these up here, these aren't shading, these are the seeds. But down here, it's added extra texture to it with lines. And so, when you look at the stamped image, you can see, you know, it looks heavier down here because the lines, and that wasn't me inking funny. That's the way the stamp is. Okay, and see also with the texture on his body, where it gets darker here and everything, you can see his arms. It just shows a whole lot of extra definition. And so, because of that, I like these stamps. But also because of that, I like to use these stamps with chalks. I was going to show you another stamp that I used with chalks that is also a house mouse. Hang on just a second. Okay, here's another card where it was chalked. And all of the shading, I just layered the colors on there. All of the shading is with the chalks. Okay? So, that's why I like to use chalks with the house mouse stamps, because they're very fun to work with, and it takes all the brain work out of it. You can just, I know I'm going to color, you know, mousy gray or brown and strawberry red, and then you're done. Well, we're going to put some green on there too. So I'm grabbing my red and have a nice red strawberry. And I'm going to use a little green on the leaves. And I think I'm going to use a little bit, there's a real light green. You know how sometimes the strawberry doesn't quite get all the way right up at the top. I'm going to put a little bit of green there. Let's try that again. Keeps picking up the red off of the thing. There we go. Y'all see that a little bit? Yes, you can use Stampin' Up! Blenders to pick up chalk. That gives you a whole nother look, and it's really cool. It's almost, it's real thick, almost painterly. It's very fun. Nobody called you that, Fab. That is just rude. And my Mousy, I like to use a little bit of gray and a little bit of brown for him. This Mousy's name that we are coloring is called Mud Pie. And the name of the stamp. Wow. Can you see that? So, you know. Oh, that's funny. Let's see, I'm going to put a little pink in his ears. He needs a little pink in his ears. Any questions? I just took this and rolled it in my hand because I want to make it a little bit smaller for some of the areas down here for his feet. And that will work right there. So, and see, all I've put on him was a little brown and gray on his main coat, and then a little more brown on his tail, put a little pink in the ears, and I'm going to put a little pink on his cheek here, because little house mousies need pink cheeks, I think. I think I've used all the color I can use out of that Q-tip. Let's try this again. There we go. They just need little pink cheeks, I think. Makes them look sweet. So, pretty much he's done. I mean, with chalks, they go very, very fast. Very, very simple. I need to come back here with my eraser. Erase a little by his tail where I got a little sloppy. But, you know, with chalks, it's all good. So, see how easy that was? Makes making these cards go together really, really fast. Makes coloring really, really fast. And it's very forgiving. You don't have to, like if I was doing this with pencils, I would probably then go with Gamsol to make it a lot smoother. And I don't have to do that with this. So, it makes it a whole lot more simpler to use. So, I've got him on there. I want to stamp my sentiment. And my sentiment is my wish for you. And this would probably be really, really good with some color. So, I think I want to use a red pen and
You're really loud, son.
And I think I want to use maybe this gray pen. Or maybe a black pen. And I'm just using, I picked black. I'm just using the Stampin' Up! Right markers. These are water-based. These are great for this. They come with a really skinny tip, which I'm going to use in a minute to write my little things that are my wishes. And then they come with a nice painterly tip to color with. And so first I want to color in my words. I want to color in my words on camera. So I'm going to get them all colored in here. And then I'm going to color in my black around the outline. And I'm moving okay fast speed here, but not lightning fast speed. Because I'll tell you why. When I get done here, I'm going to do what all the Stampin' Up! People call hoof on it. And what that means is I'm going to go, did you hear that? That's me breathing heavy on my stamp. And then I'm going to place and voila, my wish for you. Yes, huff it. Huff it. Huff it good. Now, I intentionally left my little dot off of there because I didn't want to cut yet another thingy. I'm going to just, ouch, I'm going to hit my knee, but I'm going to use my little Bic Sharp It and make a tiny little yellow flame. And then, you guessed it, I'm going to put some glitter on it because, well, you know, even though it's my boy, I want glitter. And he likes glitter too. And this time, instead of pouring it out, I'm going to take my Q-tip, because it's just the one spot, and I'm going to use my Q-tip to place my glitter. And that way, I'm not wasting a lot of time getting glitter on my wish for you. Okay. I used the archival, this one. Archival ink. Mommy carries those in her store also. Okay, now that I look at this, it's still a little close to the edge, or a little far away from the edge. So now I'm going to go ahead and trim off a little more, just to not make myself crazy. And the other thing I noticed is when I put that on there, I was crooked, so I'm going to lop it off and then take care of it separately, because that it's crooked will drive me absolutely crazy. So never feel afraid to switch gears while you're making your card. That's the strangest little sentiment. The way it has its little squiggly lines. It makes it look like it's super crooked, but it's really not. How strange. That'll cut just a smidge off that edge. Okay. So, I trimmed him out because, you know, I wanted to. And so now I want to make some mats for this. I'm going to make a little black mat to put these on because I think it'll just kind of pop this out. And I think I want to use some of my new ribbon. I went to my mom's house and I came back with a bunch of ribbon. And then she let me go through and touch all her stuff. So I think I want to use some of this snazzy ribbon with the little spots on it that are holographic. Ooh, no, or maybe I want to use this. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay. I like that. But I like that too. You're close. So, let me think here. Decisions. I'm going to, while I'm deciding, that's right, you are in Abilene. While I'm deciding, I think I'll cut my card base. Boy card used later or what? Use which later? Use the ladder later. Use the blingy one later. Really? Really? Read. It's a boy card. Yes, it is a boy card. Use ladder ribbon. So use the blingy one, the red blingy. Not the, oh yeah, not the frilly one. It's really pretty though. It's really pretty. See how pretty? Okay, pretty is not a word to describe my son. Okay, you're right. He is pretty though, some days. Kind of special. Special all the time, but extra special on certain days. Okay. So, I've once again folded my card. And now, it's a red card, guys. And so, when I go to put a note in it, what I'll do is I'll write it on like typing paper and put it in here so he can see it. Which is also a tip that they suggest for, like if you're doing Operation Right Home cards, which I love to do and I do a lot of, is, you know, if you do a dark card base like this, always use something else. So, I want to add him on here. I have my wish for you. Add him on here. And I think, or I could use this one instead, do the black closer in and put that on instead. Let's see what we think about that. Is everybody doing okay? Everybody hanging in there? Yes, Fab, I love, love, love that you stayed up for me. I appreciate that so much. It means a lot. And I'm not being sarcastic, people. It means a lot that my friends who live in other countries stayed up and lost sleep for me. Unfortunately, when they do their shows, it tends to be when I'm at work, and I hate that because I love to see what they do. I love that they're all recorded, so I can go back and see what they've done. But I miss being there for them when I'm at work during their show. So I'm pleased as punch that they are joining me and losing sleep to join me. So, the neat thing about cardstock, in case you ever wondered, is that it has both sides. And so you can mess up one side and turn it over and use the other side. It works really well that way. Okay, so I have my wish for you. And guys, I really think I like this. What do you think? Yeah. So, and I think what I want to do is here, I'm just going to go around the edge of this so I can stuff my little wishes in there. Or maybe, because what I'm going to use to make my wishes is a little punch. It's a word window punch. It's probably one of my favoriteest punches in the whole wide world. It's this size. And so I'm just going to take some white cardstock and make some punches like this. And so this will be up here, and I'll have them like this, and these can stick right here. What do you think? Or does it bug you, Mom, that they stick out? Yeah, it's going to be what my wishes are for him. Okay, cool. I always have to ask my mom if things bug her, because she will be the first to tell me, yeah, that bugs me. Which is what I love about her. Okay. And when I put this on, when I made my rounds, I stuck glue dots on here for this to stick to the round, so that when I rolled it up like this, it stuck together and didn't unwind. Okay. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this in like this, because I don't want extra stuff on either side of the card, and I don't have a piece of cardstock that I'm putting down underneath it to stick it in. So I'm going to cut and fold so that my edge won't fray. And I'm going to add a glue dot right here. And first I'm going to measure it so that I get it the right size. And I know I want it to be folded like right there. So I'm closing him up, and now he will exactly fit across that. And I'm going to use, you could use craft glue or tape runner. My favorite thing to put a ribbon on, especially any ribbon of substance, is glue dots, because it's going to stick better, it's not going to go anywhere, and it's a lot of fun. The neat thing about this ribbon, guys, when I was playing with it, rolling it off the spool that my mommy let me take it from, is these are like little holographic stickers. And the way I found that out is because some of them had like a little hourglass shape in between them still, and they were really cute. But okay, so there's my ribbon on there, and now I want to stick this on there, and I'm going to, instead of using my tape runner, I'm going to use just a little bit of glue. If it was a whole lot of notes, I'm just going to stick in a few notes. If it was a whole heck of a lot of notes, I probably would instead use like a foam tape, like a skinny foam tape, to make it kind of like a shaker without a shaker stuff in it. Just make it open up top. Okay. And so I've put glue along just 3 sides. This nice, super good clear glue. I'll put this here. And then I think, no, not that size. I think my little mousy might need, is it? Your glues hasn't exploded? No, it hasn't. I think. Is it? I love that black ribbon too. Isn't it pretty? I love these buttons too. I can't decide if I need a button. You have pink ribbon like that? I only got the red ribbon. What happened, Patty? Are you back in? I'm needing button help, people. Do we need buttons? Maybe 2 little buttons right there. No buttons? Are you sure? They're buttons, though. A large Brad? No. No, I don't have silver buttons. I don't get to have silver buttons. I only get the buttons that are in the store. Let's see. Or maybe we should leave it like it is. Yes, no silver buttons, Mommy. So see, in here is where we're going to stick our little notes. I'll show you where I've stuck some here. And I'm going to write things on it for them, like, I hope you have fun with your friends. I hope you enjoy camp food, or I hope you make your polar bear requirement, or, yeah, s'mores, right? I hope you get to eat lots of s'mores. Things like that. I don't have a strawberry shaped bread. I hope you have fun, absolutely. Have lots of fun. Thank you, Bev. I think it looks pretty fun. It'll be a good card to send to him, or sneak in his box. A flower pressed mouse? Really, Fab? Really? I hope you like the food. Ew. I do have flowers, but it's a boy card. So I have 2 camp cards and a gajillion to go. So your brain is going. So, yep. I'll come back up to y'all. So did anybody have any questions? Here, y'all don't have to see my laundry. There we go. Yes, this is me. This is me in a ponytail. See, ponytail. I have hair. It's your first time? Well, I've been doing some demo stuff and doing some work with the people at Creative Adventures, who are a lot of my friends in here. They all have different shows, and that venue goes through a link to code. Or link to code. I saw Mommy write 15% code off. That will go to a link to room, and when we do link to our Linky Love here in a minute, if Fab and Manda and Sin, I think Sin was in the room. I didn't see who all was in the room. Let me look through here. I have quite a crowd for not advertising. Isn't that great? Let's see, who else? Well, if those folks would, put their links in, they all have shows on Creative Adventures, and it's great because they have lots of really cool, and also Paper Mood has a separate thing that Fab does on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And what we are hoping, originally the idea was Fab would do first and third Fridays, and I would do the second and fourth Fridays. And then on the odd Fridays, where we have 5 in a month, like we're going to have in July, we'll have Leslie Ray and Fab, or Fab and Leslie Ray's Odd Show, which will be us together being our silly selves and doing some crafting. So, yes, cutandpastememories.com is where most of the products I use, except for maybe the Stampin' Up! Stuff and the this one stamp with the fire. The stamp with the fire is from another company completely, but Mommy, I think, said she was going to look for them. And then this cute little thing is the stamp of the month this month. If you love house mask stamps like I do, they have a stamp of the month, and this one is for July, and this one has a very funny name. This one is called, what do we call it, guys? Full of Hot Air. So maybe that's kind of appropriate for tonight. I don't know. But anyway, it's a fun stamp club, and you can get whichever ones you want whenever you want. And so we really like those. And if you love House Mouse, they're awesome. Yes, everybody put in your links. And I should put mine in. But so my next show will be in 2 weeks on the 24th. And I think my shows, I'm going to do like an hour and a half. That show may actually go a whole hour, just simply because what I'm making. I'm using a Maya Rhodes album. This is just 2 parts of it, but it's like this, and I have 6 whole pages. And I'm using a basic gray paper pack, a 6x6 paper pack, to work with it. And we're going to embellish it up and make a little memory book out of it. And so that's what we'll be working on. And let's see. I was going to give a giveaway, but since Mommy is giving 15% off, should I still give a giveaway too? That's good enough. Or sure, let's give a giveaway too. Yes, everybody, it's my show. Okay, I want to give a $10 gift card to Cut and Paste Memories, which will be easiest, because then what you can do is you can go spend it in her store and get your 15% off, and it'll all be cool, won't it? So let me go to random.org. What's the beauty of this store is that it's online. So you can go online and pick out products and touch everything, and voila, there you are. Okay, I show 9 viewers, and then I want to include Amanda in the drawing, so I'm going to go for 10. The 5 guests that are in there, if you jump in, it may be too late. I'm going for 10. And the number is, you want to know, don't you? Are y'all excited? I'm excited. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3. My number was 3. And it wasn't because it was Sigrid. It was just 3. Here, I'll show you. Can you see? It says 3. So Sigrid, Mama, you want to get an address or pop up your email address, and sorry guys, my house is getting ready for camp. We've got clothes everywhere, getting ready for boxes. Mama, there you go. Sigrid, email Mommy, and she will send you the code. And then, Mommy, did you say what you wanted the 15% off code to be for tonight? That you'll be setting up for in the morning? Crafty gig. So, and how long will that code be good for, Mommy? Okay, for 2 weeks. Great. That's awesome. So you have 2 weeks to spend your Crafty Gig 15% off code. And I hope you do. There's lots of fun stuff in there. Does anybody want to see anything that we used? There's a schedule on the Leslie Ray's Crafty Gig page. It should be down there at the bottom, I believe. Let me see. Let me go get on the page and see real quick for you guys. Yes, if you scroll down, it shows the next one. It says upcoming shows down there at the bottom. And the next one is the 24th. It says 7 p.m. Mountain Time, which is 8 p.m. our time. And if you keep clicking to the right, I've got them listed. It only shows through August, but it will always be the 2nd and the 4th Friday of the month. And if you click on the reminder, it does send you reminders. It's really, really good at sending reminders. It's really cool. I really like the way it works. So, yes, and I have a blog. I thought I put that in. I have a blog. I'll put it in again. And I didn't advertise on the blog this time because I was just kind of, it was my very, very first time because my dry run that I did earlier did not work very well. And so this is my official dry run for everybody. And I'm so pleased that everybody showed up. That's really cool. But anyway, on my blog, I will post an announcement and have that available. And then also I have a Facebook page. Let's see. I'll just go copy the link so you can have it. Here we go. And it says it's called Leslie Ray's fan page on Facebook. Thanks, Bev. That means a lot. Thanks. Yes, I will post all my info on my Facebook page. And then I'll always, before I have the show, like I posted a link today before I went on, and I'll do that. I'll usually try to get on, probably 45 to 30 minutes early, and you may see me putting stuff together or playing some music. My request this afternoon was for the Beatles, so we have a little Beatles playing. But I want it to be fun. I want to do some things that actually show the use of the product so that you can see how it's used, because so many people, they only see one ink or they only own one kind of ink, and really all the inks do so many different things. Like this one ink here. This is probably one of the best inks to have if you're going to do anything with coloring and water, because it doesn't run. It's archival. It's really safe. It won't deteriorate paper and photos, and it doesn't bleed when it's painted on with watercolor. And I do so many things that I'm going to stick water on. I watercolor. I use Gamsol and it doesn't dissolve with Gamsol. I use it with my distress inks, which the distress inks are unstable by nature. They were designed that way. And so when you go and spray water on them and spritz them and do all that kind of stuff to it, this will not bleed for you. It will stay in one spot. And so I want to show how wonderful certain products are. Probably you'll see me at the beginning do a lot of stuff with distress inks because a lot of people have a lot of questions about those. When I started kind of polling people what they wanted to know, they wanted to know about the different inks and how they are used and how they can be combined. And so, yes, and stays on is good too, but Pam, I used to say that all the time, stays on, stays on, stays on. This has a much crisper image. The other thing is stays on deteriorates your acrylic stamps. So if you're using it with acrylic stamps, it's not so good, whereas this does not disturb the acrylic stamps. And so that's what I like about this. I have some stuff that I've been using with stays on. In fact, a stamp I was going to use for a project I did the other day, I pulled it out. I was using my old Close to My Heart acrylic stamps, and it just did not work well with the stays on. And this, I didn't have any of this with me at the time because my pad had dried up and I didn't have a re-inker either. And so when I got this, I used the same stamp and it stamped just fine, whereas with the stays on, it was just not working well at all. So it's just yes, it made a really crisp image with this ink. Fab has another ink that he likes to use real well. What was the ink that you use, Fab? You have one that I looked for and I didn't find. It's VersaFine, I think. Yes, VersaFine. And he loves that a lot, and I like the way that image looks. And it's made from the people that make Versamark, I believe. And I didn't find any when I was at convention of the VersaFine, but I want to try some of that. Yeah, it conditions, Versamark conditions the stamp, so I could imagine that the VersaFine does too. So there's, the inks all have different properties. They all do really cool things, and some people are like, well, I have a red stamp pad, I don't need another red stamp pad. Or I have a black stamp pad, I don't need another black stamp pad. Yeah, you do. You do. You really do. Because they all do different things. And so my dye inks I have, but I also have, I have red in dye, but I also have red in distress, and I have red in stays on, and I have red in a pigment ink. And because they all do very different things, and I want to use red. I like red. So I have red in a lot of different stuff. So, you're always going to have a go-to pad. Probably this archival pad and my Marvy black pad are my go-to pads when I'm stamping. Yes, and very different shades. But I will always go to, if I want some for distressing, I'll almost always go to my Tim Holtz. But, today you saw me using River Rock. And there's, another one that I like that's a brown Stampin' Up! Pad that I like real well. But I didn't want that color today. So, inks, I could talk for months on inks and still not cover it all. So a lot of the stuff I'm going to be doing kind of at the beginning will be dealing with ink. Like I said, the first couple of shows will be dealing with distress ink, but I'll be doing a project with that. So it won't be just ink intensive. But I like doing that. But some days when we get closer to Christmas and we're thinking about gift ideas, I want to show, like some jewelry techniques or that kind of stuff. So you're welcome, Patty. I hope my idea is to provide you with this information and then also provide you with a download that kind of backs it up, either on Scribd so that you can have like something that you can print out or a video. I mean, obviously there will be this video because this is recorded, but, different things. A nice gift idea is the Cricut version too. Fab, I don't chirp, baby. I don't chirp. So, I think a nice gift would be the Sizzix, Big Shot That's my favorite. So if anybody doesn't have any more questions, I will see you in 2 weeks. And I hope you all have a lot of fun. Those of you who are experiencing the heat of the summer, stay cool, please. Drink lots of water. Try not to get overheated. Thanks, Vince. Thanks, everyone. I really appreciate you all for showing up. I really, really do. And I'm going to stop recording.